So I haven't shown any of this yet over here. It's just the side of our porch. We have some catnip, an azalea, stilby, dianthus, sedum, and chives over here. We've got some grass I need to pull, some bunching onions that are leftovers from last year. I think it's black-eyed season. It might be echinacea. This one did not make it, it looks like. So I'll have to take that out. Clematis, I need to put a trellis on the back here. We had these, well, Jay and my dad installed these and the porch last year before. I can't even remember now. Must have been year before when we were getting solar. So that's working out pretty well. We have blueberries doing pretty good. This is our planted these last year. So some buds coming in. But I figured I would show just, kind of the side of the house perennials that we have. Probably put some more bulbs in. We had glads in last year, so might do that as well. I'm gonna go inside and show you the seedlings in the basement. Before I go in, I just figured I'd show, this is our driveway. It's technically the front of the house. Got an apple tree there, it's our well. We're gonna probably take down these trees and the lilacs. This doesn't get a lot of sun out here, but we're thinking of planting a couple more fruit trees on that bank, which will be good. So, and then that goes up behind the garage there. So don't do a lot out here. Planted a couple roses last year. So it should be interesting to see how they do this year. So I'm down here in the basement now. Moved out a lot of tomatoes, as you guys have seen in the greenhouse already. So these ones are the next batch to go. They're the ones that were really crowded. I need to stake them up, so we're gonna run down and get some stakes maybe tonight or tomorrow morning. To try to get some of these straightened out, get some more space. Got a lot of the hot peppers here that are doing pretty well. The cayennes, habanero oranges. This is a 7-pot primo. A Burmese bird there and there. I don't know what's going on between the two. This one doesn't look so great, so I probably should check on that. The peri-peri is having some curled leaf issues. I thought it was a light, but it might be something else. So I will be watching that and pull that out after this. That's a peach scotch bonnet in the back there. A serrano, a cayenne, golden tie here. This is another peri-peri. I damaged the leaf here, so that was on me when I was moving them. Another habanero orange. This is looking really good. Another habanero orange. This is a red tie here. Peach scotch bonnet. It's looking great. This is a golden tie here. And move the tomato, cayenne. So those are all doing pretty well. Tomatoes, these, like I said, are the kind of the leftovers. We do have some of the cherry tomatoes that started as well that I need to start hardening off and moving. Got some basil back there that I'll probably try to pot up and get out into the greenhouse pretty soon. It's not a very hardy plant, so don't want to put it out too soon. These are super chilies that are still in the 4-inch pots that I need to move out. We grew way too many of those. Some ties back there. Got the serranos back here. This one looks like it might have been overwatered, I think. That's what those little bumps are. So I'll be watching that. So I have them in a tray with no water right now. These are mostly cayennes and jalapenos. The little ones here. Got, it's a cucumber Mexican something. Oh, Mexican sour. So I need to get these guys hardened off, as you can see, and get them into a bigger pot and some place to climb. Another serrano. These two trays here, and there's a few of the other ones, are bell peppers, mostly sweet bell peppers. So there's a hybrid ace, a regular ace, Jupiter. There might be one other kind that I'm forgetting. But as you can see, they're doing pretty well. I need to pot them up. So I just transplanted a bunch of things, so I got to clean these pots, and then those will go into the next pot up. Over here we've got our hot peppers, mostly. There are some guajillos in here, pepperoncinis, jalapenos, the mucho nachos, cayenne, it's a peppercini, guajillos, super chilies in the back there, anchos. I said hot, but these aren't even that hot. Let me get to peach scotch bonnets. Here and here. We've got our reapers. Look at this reaper. Isn't it gorgeous? It's almost as big as my hand. So that's kind of fun. And then in here we've got, well, I did put some cayennes here, but lava, a ghost, death spirals, another 7-pot primos. So these are all late starts that we did. Prima Tali is here, a sugar rush there. It's kind of a odd lighting with the LEDs, but super chilies, another baby sugar rush that I found growing in the pot. Got Thais, cayennes. What else do we have over here? Guajillo, nice and big. Super chilies, more anchos, more golden Thais. So a bunch of different random things here. And then these trays are more bell peppers that we will be taking out to the greenhouse to harden off probably tomorrow. And then a couple tomatoes that weren't doing very well. These two I'll probably toss. They're pretty much DOA. At this point, these ones are just really small, and I need to put them under lights so they can get a little stronger. This is also another tray of, oh, Trident was the other one for the bells. So we will get these outside hopefully tomorrow under frost cloth within the greenhouse to harden them off. And then there's some flowers that I'll also get out to the greenhouse that, one, they really need water, and two, they need some better light. And so all these trays will go out. I think there's 6 or 7 trays that will go out tomorrow, which will help us have space for these peppers to all spread out, which will be good. And then I need to get some bigger pots because some of these are already outgrowing their pots as well. So I've got the 4.5-inch deep pots now. We need to go to the next size up. These really, really cheap pots that I was able to find are 5.5-inch. We probably need to go to like an 8-inch or larger at this point for some of these peppers. So I have grow bags as well. So that is the update out here. So I'm back outside, my dad's tractor that we borrowed. I'm walking over to the greenhouse. So this morning I showed all the wonderful new compost we got. Moved the cold frame out here. I didn't end up moving the tomatoes out because it ended up being a lot sunnier today than expected. So what I did do was I transplanted the onion starts, the shallots, and half the tray of red onions, and then the starts that I got at Agway. So I got onions, shallots, leeks, And I think that was really it. It's just 3 bunches I had gotten there. I haven't counted, but as you can see, it's quite a bit. These will be, each of these beds will have tomatoes in them, borage for the tomato hornworm to try to deter the moths from laying eggs, and then marigolds. So they will be pretty full, but I'm gonna try to fit 8 in here, and just I'm pretty good with trimming the tomatoes back, and we might try to set up a trellis string for the indeterminate tomatoes. So I think that'll work out pretty good. We did not get the other 2 beds or the whiskey barrels out yet, like I talked about this morning. So that is something we still have on our plate. We still have to finish the gutters, although we just realized that when we put the shade cloth on, we're gonna need to take those gutters off. So we might set them up actually a little bit differently before we finish installing those on both sides. And we might get that shade cloth on sooner than later. As you'll see, the temperature in here is about 70 degrees a foot off the ground still, so with the door open. So didn't change much here. I still have a bunch of the tomatoes out here. I did take the frost cloth out, so everything in here is now just open. Cold nights I will cover with the frost cloth. Still need to get the dill bag outside, so we can have some more space on the plywood here. It's covering over the raised bed. We've got the cucumbers and summer squash. I did clean up over here a little bit, so now I can kind of try to walk through a little bit easier. I need to move the tote still. I did start some peas. So I started super snappy peas, green arrow peas, and one more somewhere. Wando peas in here. So that'll be kind of interesting. I also started some more carrots. These are the poppies I started. You can see here the borage is starting to come up, which is great. I started more zinnias, so that's also good. So now I'm down to just these for onions in here. I started the 4th seeding of lettuce. Now that the third seeding of lettuce, now that these guys are doing pretty well, the romaine. So this is a mixed seed kind of grab bag of all different types of lettuce, and I'll split those out once they get bigger. I moved most of the lettuce out of the carrot bag to give it some more space. As you can see, they're starting to get decent size now in here, so we don't want it to be crowded at all. So I added this pot for the lettuce today. I didn't get to split out more of this lettuce, but we did pick quite a bit because we made homemade Caesar for salad for lunch. That was really good. I think Jay's making more chicken, so we might have that again for dinner. Collards are doing pretty well here. Got those up off the ground now, so I'm come back here, you'll be able to see it's looking much nicer in the greenhouse. I need to hose off the floor, and I want to get a shelf unit here. This is on the north wall, so we can take advantage of it. This is where we had the cucumbers last year, but we're not going to put cucumbers inside the greenhouse this year. So that's the greenhouse update. And now we will head over to where Jay worked all day. So this is where Jay spent most of his day. This morning you would have seen this was all grass. We identified the size. It's about 20 by 40. This will be where our corn, pumpkins, and watermelon are. I may sneak in a couple summer squash as well. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. So I also am happy with that. We'll add some compost in the top of it. Jay found a big rock he couldn't get out even with the tractor. But that's not a problem, because what I'll do is I'll plant the pumpkins and watermelon up on this side, and we'll do the mound hills direct seed method, and then it'll just climb right over. So not too worried about that. Was fun to see that we had a lot of worms right in this dirt, so that was really good. Always a good sign. Uh-oh. Be able to see any, but he got a lot of the sod out. He raked it a bunch of times, but I think we're gonna tarp to try to help kill off a lot of the grass. Won't worry about weeds too bad in this area. We'll make the aisles big enough to till between the rows, and then the pumpkins will probably grow bigger than the garden anyways. But should be a pretty good space. I'm kind of excited about that. Will be sunny in the morning, direct noon or high noon sun in the summer. Will be shade actually, and then this is the west, our neighbor's lot. That's when we'll get the good afternoon, evening sun before it goes down behind the hill. So it should be plenty for corn and pumpkins and watermelon. I'm not too worried about that, but pretty exciting, making progress. Jay did find some trash, some metal brackets, it looks like. I don't even know what this thing is. Any guesses? So it's kind of fun, right? Looks like some old wheels of some sort. So we've got that, but yeah, so it'll be nice looking over from the front, or our back porch, our farmer's porch. We'll be able to see all the corn, and probably the deer eating them, but we might try to do the rope with the bell on it. So that is the progress for today. So I think we might